we're going to be sharing some of the favorite things that we enjoyed this month in January. So, Emmeline, why don't you go first?
Okay, my number one thing is my Percy Jackson box set, which I did get for Christmas, and I've just...
From me.
Yes, from you. And I've just been loving reading these books. They've been so hyped up, and I have the last one left, but I've read the other
You can
4.
tell that's the only one you haven't read, because all the other ones...
I cracked the spines really bad on this one.
Oh, it's painful.
And I think I read this one digitally, actually, which is probably why the spine is not cracked. But, Percy Jackson box set.
Okay, I'll continue with the book theme. This is actually the second book in this series. I think it's just called the Wild series. The first one is called Simply Wild, I think. Yes, Simple Wild. It's by K.A. Tucker, and I just saw this book on Goodreads one day, and I was like, wow, that has really good ratings. I think it was like 4.25 or something like that. So I picked up the first one, and I was just really intrigued by it because it's about a girl that lives in Toronto, and she's grown up there most of her life with her mom and stepdad, but her biological father lives in Alaska, and she finds out that he is terminally ill, so she goes back to Alaska to visit him and just kind of like hates everything about Alaska because it's so desolate and not what she's used to, but she ends up like really enjoying her time with her dad there and forms a lot of memories in his last days, and it was just really, really good. And it also has like a romance element as well, and then this one picks up right where the first one left off, and I'm enjoying it also. So I highly recommend checking these out if you're into romance reads or just like a good wholesome, well, not wholesome because there are some scenes you might want to skip, but it's like a Hallmark movie in a book. So if you're into that, check it out.
Okay, my next one is my new Rare Beauty cream bronzer, and I got this with my Sephora card I got for Christmas. Also from you. You know,
actually it was from Dad. Dad did that all by himself.
Oh wow.
Look at him go.
But this just came out, and I have absolutely loved it, and I had kind of too high hopes, I thought, but it's really great, and it comes with a ton of product, and it's really not that expensive for...
And you liked it too because like it had a really wide shade range.
It did, and I'm very pale, so I got the lightest one in the shade Power Boost, and I use it pretty much every day. Sometimes I use it without foundation, and it looks just as good.
Well, with my Sephora gift card, I repurchased this. I've already gone through another bottle, but this is the Ordinary Niacinamide and Zinc Serum Formula, and this has really helped my skin with breakouts, and it's also not like overly drying. It doesn't burn, which is pretty hard to find, I feel like, because my skin is pretty sensitive. But also what I like about The Ordinary is it's not only like really good ingredients, but it's also really cheap. Like this was like $5 or $6, and it's, I mean, it's a pretty hefty amount, and it lasts a while. So I would suggest checking out The Ordinary, anything by them. We both really like their products, but this is something I'll keep repurchasing for sure.
Okay, my next thing is all my claw clips from Amazon, and everyone should be lucky I actually washed my hair today because I pretty much only put my hair in claw clips anymore, which at least it's trendy to not get ready. But they were, I think I got the 4 of them for like $10 or so on Amazon, and they haven't broke at all, and they're actually really nice quality.
And they're like,
they're really cute.
They're matte.
Yes.
Which is also really cute. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna talk about one of my digital products, I guess we'll say. I recently, probably 3 months ago, decided to subscribe to a monthly workout plan subscription called Madeline Moves, and I really enjoyed just like going to the gym or going to the garage to work out and my workout being completely planned for me, and I don't have to think about, like, okay, if I want to do arms today, what exactly am I going to do? So I really enjoy just how versatile it is, how much variety there is, and also every exercise that she has listed for the day, she has like a small video clip, so you can look at that and watch it and make sure you're doing it properly. And then she also has like alternative exercise moves that you can exchange, like if you don't have the exact equipment that you need for that. So I've just really enjoyed that. You can have like a 5-day-a-week plan. You can do however many days you want, but every Sunday it updates for the week, so it gives you a new plan for the whole week on Sunday. And for $20 a month, I feel like it's a pretty good deal considering everything you're getting. It's virtually like having a personal trainer. And also they just recently updated their app, so you can log everything in the app and then go back and reflect on your progress. And like if you really enjoyed a specific workout, you can save it and do it later. So I really have enjoyed the Madeline Moves workout. She has some of her workouts for free on Instagram sometimes, so if you wanted to maybe give it a test run, you could look at her Instagram reels or stories to see if that's something you might be interested in too.
Okay, I have the dorkiest set of things, but my next thing are these pins, also from Amazon. I believe, I don't know if they're Japanese.
I think they're Korean.
Or Korean, but
maybe
they are Kako green pins. But these are hands down the cheapest and nicest pins I've ever had. These are my second set of them. They have colored ink, which these are, and then they have just regular black ink, and they don't smear or anything, and they last a really long time, and this is all I use.
And it's also really fine point.
Yes.
But they are gel.
Yeah. And yeah, it doesn't smear or anything.
They're really good.
They're really pretty.
Really good.
They're really pretty too.
They are. They're very aesthetic.
They are. Also matte. They match my slips.
Okay. This next thing I'm going to talk about is probably my number one favorite thing out of all of the things, and that is my Alani Nu energy drinks, but specifically this flavor, which is the Witch's Brew. Now, this flavor came out during the fall time. It was like all the rage. It was all over Instagram, and it was like you couldn't find them anywhere because they were just selling out like crazy. So we happened to find some at a local like smoothie store. We bought every single one that they had because they're that delicious. And then one day I was on Instagram and saw someone posting that they had these, and I was like, but how? Because they were like, after the fall, they didn't restock them at GNC or anywhere. So I just happened to go on their website, Alani Nu's website, and you can actually order cases of these. And thank goodness, my husband just ordered me 2 more cases, and it just gives me something to look forward to every day. I drink this at like 3 o'clock, so I'm a little past time, but this flavor is my absolute favorite. It tastes like the caramel apple suckers that they have like in the fall time, that's like a candy apple sucker with actual caramel on it. It tastes just like this. I thought it would be disgusting, but it's good, right?
It is really good.
I mean, it tastes like sour sweet apple and then with a hint of caramel at the end. It's so good, but I love mostly all of the flavors, and I just feel like Alani Nu never steers you wrong. Like everything she makes is just bomb.
Okay, my next thing is music related, and that is just Maggie Rogers as a whole. I forget what the album is called that I've been listening to literally nonstop.
Yeah.
My sister keeps getting really mad at me, and she's like, "You're so boring."
We're just playing the same thing over and over.
It's called Heard It in a Past Life, and it came out in 2019, and I used to listen to Maggie Rogers, like, just a few of her songs every now and then. And then I was just really into, like, Gracie Abrams and Lily Kincaid, you know, all the indie pop people, and I was like, oh, we'll listen to all of Maggie Rogers, and now I can't listen to anything
I feel like
else.
that's what we both do. We just like find one artist and fixate on them and just wear it out.
Because it's like, it takes a really long time for me to just listen to everyone's music, like all of their music, and then once I do,
you move on to somebody else.
No, there's just no turning back for a while, and then I move on.
And then you move on? Okay. I guess I'll talk about my music favorite. So on Sunday, I was just on Instagram posting a story, I think, or maybe it was Saturday. I was laying in our hammock in the backyard, and I was like, I wonder if there's any songs that have to do with evergreen, because we have tons of evergreen trees around. And there was a song that pulled up, I think it was just called Evergreen by Voyager. I was trying to remember if that's really what it was called. I can't remember what the exact song was called, or maybe
it was Evergreen.
I don't know. Anyways, I discovered an artist called Voyager, and it's two guys, and their vibes are like Nova Amor,
Bon Iver, I'd almost say.
However you say it, Bon Iver, whatever.
I don't know.
But it's just like very atmospheric, chill, like higher tone singing, and it's just real vibey and chill, and I'm just binging them, basically, like Emily is doing. I'm just listening to only them till I go through all of their songs, pick out my favorites, and then I'll move on to somebody else. But it's Voyager. It's spelt a little differently, but we can link it in our Spotify playlist, I guess. But you should definitely check them out. I'm all about supporting smaller artists and getting their name out there.
Okay, my next one is not an object, but the Harry Potter reunion. I don't even feel like I need to say anything. If you know, you know.
We watched it twice.
We have. I only cried a little bit. Mom cried both times. At the same part.
Which was the very, very end.
If you haven't watched it yet, what are you doing?
Just gets me in all the feels. After all this time, always.
We subscribed just to watch it. Best decision I've ever made. I immediately started rewatching all the movies. Oh, I could rewatch it right now. It's just the most perfect thing.
All the feels.
And just the vibes, the atmosphere, the nostalgia.
It's just so impactful. Like, Harry Potter is just, like, as cheesy as it sounds, it's so impactful. Like, everyone who loves it has a story about, like, why they like it, or it brings back memories of, like, oh, I remember I was watching Harry Potter and this happened. Like, it just, like, is a timeline in your life.
Well, for me, too, like, I wasn't alive when the movies were coming out, and so, like, I was here, and I got to watch, you know, the reunion air, and then, you know, my kids will rewatch the reunion, and then maybe there will be something else, too. It's something, it'll never die.
It will not. It will live on always.
After our list.
Okay, my last thing I'm going to talk about is a podcast called The Bible Recap. And as part of our homeschool day, which, sidebar, we homeschool, in the morning we are reading through the Bible chronologically, and then, like, out loud, us and Ellie, and Mom's younger sister. And then once we're done reading through the Bible for the day, then we listen to this podcast that is just like anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long, and it just recaps what the passage of scripture was about. It puts it in really simplified terms. It helps you think about things that you maybe missed or wouldn't have thought about in certain ways, and it also just really emphasizes, like, God in that story. So I've really been enjoying that. It's made me rethink some things that I've read multiple times in my life and look at them in different ways. So I highly recommend that if you're wanting to read through the Bible this year.
Okay, my last thing, you may not know, depending on if you follow us on Instagram, is a Kitchenaid Mixer. I love to bake. And again, dorky, I feel like my list is a wedding registry. But that's okay.
Get it, I guess.
I'm just giving all the homeschool vibes for everyone. But yeah, my ride or dies, my Kitchenaid mixer
Which is actually mine.
that my mom got for Mother's Day, and I was definitely way more excited. But
You probably persuaded Dad to get it, let's be honest.
maybe
But I only use it for like
mashed
mashed potatoes or like dough or things like that, and she uses it for all the
at
baking
least
things.
twice a week,
Yeah,
I'd say.
for real. Okay, I think that's everything, right? Do we miss anything? Okay, that is our January favorite things that we have enjoyed this month, and we'll try to make a list of all of the things we talked about and link it below. Definitely check out our Spotify, because we've been posting songs of the day, and all of the songs of the day will also be on that list. And then make sure to check out our Instagram as well. I'm cracking this bad boy open now. Glorious sound. Did you hear that?
ASMR.